physiotherapy can help you to manage constipation. Before we go through how physiotherapy can help you with constipation, we need to learn a bit more about the anatomy and the function of your gut. The most common question when it comes to gut is how often we should open our bowels. So we're going to start with that, answering this question. Based on the European guidelines, we should open our bowels either 3 times per day or 3 times per week. So if you're suffering from constipation, obviously you're not going to go as often as that to open your bowels. Now we're going to move forward with the anatomy. So where are our intestines located? So we have the small and the large intestines. The small one is in the middle. Is as soon as I eat something, after 20 to 30 minutes, the large intestine starts to work. The food stays for up to 8 hours at the small intestine, where our body decides what nutrition is important and they keep it, and what part of our nutrition is not important, so they are going to waste. And how they're going to waste? As we're opening our bowels, and the waste goes to the large intestine, where after that they go to the rectum and we open our bowels, and that's the procedure, roughly, with simple words, how everything goes as soon as we eat something, okay? So now the large intestine is located here. So we start, it's like, the shape of it is like the M of McDonald's, and it starts from here. We have the ascending large intestine, the transverse, which does this of the M, and the descending part of it. So ascending is where the waste goes here, it stays on the transverse here for a bit, and then it goes to the descending part of the large intestine, where it goes there to the rectum, and then we open our bowels. Now, it's important to know the shape of the large intestine, because later on we're going to talk about how to massage it to help with constipation. So that's why it's important to see where it's located and how it is. You can see from picture as well, from the picture above, you can see the anatomy of the large and the small intestine. And you can see that the large intestine is like a sausage, actually, the shape of it. So it's not a straight line, because if it was a straight line, you wouldn't have the control of your stool. Okay, so you would have incontinence of stool incontinence every 20 to 30 minutes. So that's why the anatomy, it is how it is. So it's important to know that everything is like that for a reason. The shape of it, the function of the large intestine. Now, also, when the stool goes to the large intestine, the movement that the large intestine does is squeezing and squashing. Squeezing and squashing, squeezing and squashing the stool, and then gradually it goes to the rectum. Okay, so it's not a straightforward movement. It has all this procedure that takes a few hours. Now, when it comes to the muscles, we've talked before about pelvic floor muscles and how important they are for our urinary system, for our bladder function. They are equally important for our bowel function, obviously. So as you can see here, we have a pelvis, a male pelvis. Just to see the difference, we have only one opening, which is the rectum opening, compared to the women's pelvis, which we have two openings. We have the vagina and the bowel opening. The muscles that are important to hold our stool, but also to relax when is needed so that we can open our bowels, is 3 muscles. We have the inner anal sphincter, which we cannot control it. We have the external anal sphincter, which we can control its movement, and that's what we're working on with physiotherapy when needed. And the puborectalis, which is the muscle again, that is important as the external anal sphincter to relax or to engage when needed. As you can see here, if I sit here, this is the pelvis, okay? This is the front part, the pubic bone, which is here. This is the back, which is where we are sitting, okay? The bones that we are sitting, the sacrum. And you have the pelvis here, which you can imagine it like an empty ball where the pelvic floor muscles are holding it together. They're holding all our inner organs together. So basically, in men, the bladder and the rectum, and in women, bladder, rectum, but also the womb. So what's happening with the puborectalis and the sphincter muscles is that when the stools are going through the large intestine to go to the rectum, then those muscles need to relax so that the rectum will engage, okay, and we can open our bowels. With constipation, the opposite thing happens. So basically, they stay intact, they don't relax, they are in spasm, those muscles. So with physiotherapy, what we're doing is that we re-educate our gut, how it should work. We relax the muscles, the puborectalis and the external anal sphincter with different techniques, okay? And we help if there is pelvic pain as well when we pass stool. We help with that as well by doing trigger point release, which is another technique. So those three things, re-education, pain management, and relaxation of the muscles are the three main techniques that we are using with physiotherapy. And this is how we can help you to manage constipation, always combined with the nutrition, as we said. Now, in later videos, we are going to see how we can use some tips like massage and positions to open our bowels easier, okay? And see how physiotherapy can help you a bit more with constipation. So today we learned a lot about our gut. It may be a bit complicated, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please feel free to send us a message. And if you liked our video, please press like. And also, if you want to stay tuned about any new videos that we are uploading, please do subscribe.